Today I'm going to be unboxing and sharing my initial impressions of the Tenways CGO600 Pro e-bike. So this is what it looks like after you assemble it, and to me this is a very nice looking e-bike. It looks very modern. I got sky blue. You can also get like this midnight dark gray color or avocado green. All of their paint colors are kind of have this flat tone to them. They look very appealing and aesthetically pleasing for my taste because I like more of this muted look. And before I get into all the features of this e-bike, I want to let you know that in my opinion, this e-bike looks like a road bike, which means it doesn't have any front suspension up here. The tires are going to be very narrow and slender. It also has a sleek seat. All of these things make up for a great cycling e-bike, something that you're going to be riding and actually pedaling. I'll also put a link in the description below if you're interested in this e-bike. Now let's get into the features. One of the first things that caught my attention with this e-bike was when I was literally taking it out of the box, I realized that this e-bike is very lightweight. This is actually pretty light and easy to pick up. It comes in at only 35 pounds, which is very lightweight for an e-bike, especially if you have to haul it into your apartment or over top of curbs or upstairs, anything like that. This e-bike is going to be very easy for you to transport. Something else that was very eye-catching to me was this Gates carbon belt. It doesn't have a chain. So the one thing that I really love about belts instead of chains is it's not going to get you all oily. So if you have to pick this up and your leg accidentally touches it, you're not going to stain your pants or get them dirty or get your hands all greasy. Also, this is supposed to last a long time. Before you have to do any maintenance on this belt, it's supposed to get you over 18,000 miles. Now moving on to the handlebars, these grips are very nice. They're a rubber material. They feel very great in my palms. And then it also has a bell on your right-handed side. And it also has hydraulic brakes, which if you know me at all, these are my favorite kind of brakes. I do not like mechanical brakes on e-bikes, so these I'm very pleased with. Now when you turn the display on, there's a button up top that will let you turn on the bike, and immediately it shows me that I have a password set, which is very cool. That means anyone can't steal your e-bike, and once you put in your passcode, then you can access your e-bike. That is a very nice feature to have. Now looking at the display, you can see your miles per hour, you can see how many miles you've traveled, and you can see what pedal assist level you're in, and you can change that by the buttons right here on the display as well. So it's very easy to toggle between different pedal assist levels, and you can hit the M button, which is mode, which will show you different details as well, like your average speed, your max speed, your trip, your range, your total mileage, all that stuff just on the display screen. Oh, and it will show you your battery percentage up top there, which is very nice. It shows that it's at 60%, and it also shows the icon of the battery so that you have a clear visual of how much power you have left in your e-bike. This e-bike also comes with an app that you can pair to it to get more details all on your phone to track your rides. But what's nice that I love is that you don't need your phone to be able to actually ride the bike because of the display screen. It has all the information you need on there. So I love that you can access your mobile app if you need to, or you can just ride it as is. What else? The pedals, I think this is plastic. Nothing special here, but they're just pedals. You just stand on them, so cool. Frame, metal, aluminum. I don't know why I'm even going over what everything is made out of, because I don't know. Metal. Probably. Okay, now taking a look at the front of the bike, I love this headlight. I love that it's built right into the frame of the bike. This just looks a lot more modern and sleek in my opinion, but the one downside about the lights on this e-bike is that it only has front headlights built into the bike, and in the rear of it for your tail lights, you just have this battery powered little button that you have to press to turn on your rear light. I don't love that as much. I wish they would have integrated rear taillights into this e-bike and taillights that also glow brighter when you squeeze the brakes. That way it signals to people that you're stopping. That's the kind of lights that I like in the rear of the e-bike, especially when you're riding out in public. So sweet headlight, could use a better taillight. Nice little logo. Tenways. Don't know why I'm whispering it, but something I wanted to let you know is that this e-bike has a max range of 52 miles on one charge, which is very impressive to me. Because this battery is so dang skinny and small, I'm surprised that it can get that much range out of this little battery. This battery actually unlatches from the bottom. Most of my other e-bikes, it unlatches from the top, so this is a different design choice, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't have any complaints about that. It's kind of nice. But look how tiny this is. Look how lightweight. I mean, you can't tell how lightweight it is, but look how tiny this is. This thing is super small, and if it propels you that far on one charge, then I am pretty impressed. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Pretty good job, guys. Now, obviously, it depends on how you're riding, how heavy you are, what kind of conditions you're riding in. Is it very hilly? What pedal assist level you're in? All those things dictate your range, but it's still impressive that it does all that with this small battery. This e-bike has a max weight capacity of, I think, 260 something pounds. I'll put the actual number up on screen. I think it's that, but I don't know. Oh, and on the handlebars here, it has this adjustable stem, which allows you to tilt the handlebars up higher or down further. That's really nice rather than a stem that is just locked into place. This can adjust for more rider types. If you're taller, if you're shorter, that is great for that. CSTX Pedium Pro double breaker tires. Do I know what that means? No. Now let's get into pricing. At the time of this recording, this e-bike is currently listed for $1,599. What do I think about that price? I don't know. I don't know yet until I actually take it for a ride to see how it handles and all that stuff, because that's going to make up the majority of my opinion. But based on the features that I know about, I think that is a very reasonable price because it has hydraulic brakes on it. It has a belt right here, which these are a little more expensive. It has a torque sensor, which that's usually a premium feature as well. It has an integrated headlight that looks very sleek. It has great range and mileage. All those things make for a little bit more expensive of an e-bike because they are all better quality parts. It comes with an app, it comes with a nice display. All those things are nice features that you won't see on cheap e-bikes. So I think the price point, just by the features that I know about, I think it's a pretty fair price. This is so tiny. So let's start off with the things that I absolutely love about this e-bike. The first thing, my favorite thing about this is the magnetic torque sensor. It makes for a very smooth and natural ride. It is very responsive, so when you step on the pedals, it immediately gives you power and lets you know it's there. And it adapts to how you're pedaling. If you pedal really hard, it's gonna give you more power output. If you pedal softly, it's not gonna give you as much energy. So it feels very natural as to riding a normal bike, but you can just go at faster speeds. So I love the adaptive capability of it. I think it is a great torque sensor. The e-bike comes with 3 different pedal assist levels and they all feel distinctly different, which is really nice. That way it gives you control of how you're riding. The first level gives you a little bit of assistance. The second level gives you more. And the third level is you're like zipping around on it and you can go very fast with it, but it still feels very natural with that torque sensor. So even in the top pedal assist level, you can still go at slow speeds just by pedaling slower. And same thing in the first level, if you pedal really hard, you can still get your e-bike to go fast. So the torque sensor works great, and I love the 3 different pedal assist levels. Another thing that I was a huge fan of with this e-bike that I initially thought I would be very skeptical of and didn't think I would like is this single speed belt drive. There's no gears, there's no shifting, it's just a single speed. And I honestly found it to be very natural and very smooth when you actually ride. When you're going up a hill, instead of being in gear 1 and being able to pedal lightly, what this e-bike does is it gives you more power out of the motor to help you achieve that. And then when you're going at top speeds, which is 20 miles an hour for this e-bike, there is still good resistance in your pedals. It's not like you're loosely pedaling, so instead of being in gear 7, it just lets you feel the resistance more. I don't know how it does it, but it does a great job at doing it. So I'm very impressed with the way it actually rides. It feels very natural, very comfortable, and I think you would be very pleased with how it handled as well. Now, there are some features on this e-bike that I didn't love as much, but I think that's more about me and not necessarily anything bad about this bike. The reason I say that is because this bike is made to be a cycling road bike. And so I think it does a great job at being exactly what it's supposed to be. I think it's like an A+ bike. But some things that I would just find a little bit more comfortable for where I live and how I ride is I wish the seat was a little more soft, because you definitely can feel it going over top of bumps. I live in an area that has very busted up concrete. There's a lot of cracks in it. It's not that smooth. And so I can feel every imperfection because it doesn't have any front suspension. It has a small seat, and then it also has thin tires, and all those things make for a more bumpy of a ride. But I want to point out that this e-bike isn't meant to be a cruiser e-bike. It's meant to be a road e-bike, which usually comes with these smaller tires and no suspension and a smaller seat, because it's made to be pedaled like you're cycling, like you're in a race, like you're commuting somewhere. So I feel like it does a great job at doing all those things, so I can't really knock it. I just wanted to point those features out to you. Another thing I want to mention is that it doesn't have a thumb throttle, because again, this bike is meant to be cycled, it's meant to be pedaled. So it makes sense that it doesn't have a thumb throttle, but that's something I just wanted to let you know as well. The brakes on this e-bike are they're perfect. They're easy to squeeze. It stops the e-bike abruptly and smoothly for a crisp stopping experience. I think it does a great job doing that. The headlight works great at nighttime. I realize that this is actually pretty bright. The one downfall, again, is the tail light. I mentioned that in my last video. It could use rear tail lights or blinkers or things like that would make it better for maybe a future model, but the front headlight was great at nighttime. Fenders did a great job keeping the bike cleaner. I rode this on some dirt roads and you wouldn't even tell based on the frame because it still looks very clean. The belt on this thing is great. I prefer it more than a chain because I'm not all greasy and oily, and you can go a lot farther without having to do any maintenance on it. It also makes for a very quiet riding experience with this motor. The motor, I believe, is a 360 watt motor, but I felt like it operated just fine. I think it can go up to an incline of 15 degrees, but just speaking about like my real world experience, I didn't struggle going up hills or riding into the wind or anything like that. It seemed to handle just fine. So overall, I feel like Tenways did a great job with this e-bike. I feel like they hit the nail on the head when it comes to all the features and capabilities of this product. I felt like it was a great riding experience. I honestly don't have much bad things to say about it. It did a great job, and I was very impressed at the way it handled, the way it turns, the way the motor kicks in and gives you assistance. Overall, it was just a breeze to ride this, so there it is. That's the Tenways e-bike. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description below. Thank you for watching this video, and hope you have an awesome day. Be blessed.